what I hear is that everyone here consider themselves to be an artist. Everyone is an artist. The simple fact that you're breathing makes you a creator. That anything that you do in life is actually a creation of yours. Just walking somewhere. You decide how you walk in the space. So you can be super creative with that. We just decide to walk just the normal way, like everyone else, because we don't want to stand out. But this is not what this is about. And so yes, we're going to talk about crypto. This is also mixing into the whole art thing, because this technology is new, but it's not. And it's very powerful, because it's what we can consider the most sovereign network and market that is here now, digital, because it's who knows about crypto in a sense, or blockchain. Let's say blockchain. When I say blockchain, do you understand? So
is that a rhetorical question, or are you waiting for us to answer?
I mean, I can see that.
I can say something.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, I can.
I mean, I know you kind of like it. You know, but in a like a general term.
In a general term, I wouldn't be able to explain it like specifically. But I can talk a bit about it.
So, what do you know about this? What do you know?
The blockchain.
Yes, and when I say what is this? What do you know about that?
Blockchain technology. I mean, it's essentially just like some kind of like mainframe technology set up around the world, and it communicates to each other. Right?
Can you please speak up?
Louder, Dave.
So, and bear with me, I may not be saying this exactly right, because I can't, maybe not explain properly, but it's essentially like there's these electronic hotspots, or like mainframe hotspots in this computer world, and it all kind of talks to each other, and it's a different way that we can like send information through this chain, right? Is that kind of?
There's some things about it, but the fact that this technology is very complicated, and it's evolving every day since its birth. It's alive. It's not just something. It's alive. And I can go into how it's done, but the main thing is that it's a network that is secured through mathematical calculations of what everything happens on that network. And all that mathematical calculations are validated by nodes that are called miners that do these calculations through servers and computers around the world. So everything that happens on the network is validated and calculated through all these nodes around the world, and they're all the same. They're all validated, so nothing can be changed. There's no one server. There's no one, like a bank. If you go to a bank and it says $10,000, that's because the bank has a server and has a computer, a main computer that says, that kind of, takes the ledger and says, yes, you did this transaction, you did that transaction, and now you have $10,000. But that bank can also say, you have zero. Who cares? It's just a number for them. But on this technology, this cannot happen, because it's validated through the whole world. And there's millions of nodes around the world, different countries, and even people like us. You can have a node in your living room participating in the network and validating the whole network as well. And by doing that, you get rewarded with some cryptocurrencies that you're actually creating. So this is also a little bit more complex. It's called mining. But knowing that everything that happens on this network is validated through a ledger saying this is how we know where is what, is because everyone is calculating every transaction every time. So when you buy or you send something, it needs to go by this node or all around the world that are calculating and putting your transaction or your invoice or your whatever you're doing with it, sending it, and it's putting it through the calculation network and then validating it and then sending it to around the world. So everyone has, okay, Helios did this transaction, but it's not Helios, it's actually a number that is a wallet number. So it's not, it's also it's not associated to your name or whatever. It's basically a wallet number that is on the system. So it's a portal. It's basically a portal, and through that portal, you have your. This is where you put your what we call coins or currency, but that are actually numbers that are a mathematical sequence that is integrated into the network and validated. If it's there, that means it's validated through the whole world, and you can't really change that, because that would mean to actually change everyone's information in the whole world and every node. So this is basically impossible. People have been trying to, change that for more than 10 years, and this technology has been alive for more than 10 years, and it hasn't been corrupted in a sense. It's been used in very intelligent ways, in the ways that to hack the system, but it's because of subsystems that are using not the actual main system. So taking this is the blockchain. So the blockchain is actually the underlying technology of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin came with the blockchain, but blockchain is not Bitcoin and Bitcoin is not blockchain, but they came together. So this is also why this technology is a bit, it's pretty intense to understanding the whole thing, but through the usage and the terminology and more information, and it'll make more sense as you go, knowing that this system is secured through validation, and it's decentralized. This is what makes it different than the banks. The bank is, it's HBC or whatever. They're the only one who have that information, so they can change that. They can do whatever they want. And if there's a crisis, let's say like any type of crisis, and you want to take your money out, well, you need to go through people. You need to go ask. You need to call. You need to take. You need it's quite a thing.
So, I have a question. So blockchain, is that the mathematical, like numerical system, and crypto Bitcoin is all following that same validation of numbers?
Yeah. So blockchain, yes, is what we call it's called a chain. It's called a blockchain because what's happening when they calculate, they do blocks. So it's blocks of calculation. Let's say we all make a transaction, and now all these transactions are in a pool. It's called a pool, and they're waiting to get validated on the network through the calculation of everything. So and then there's a certain amount of calculation that can be put in one block, and that block is validated and put on the chain. So it's a chain of blocks, and these blocks have multiple validation and multiple things that are happening. So what you're doing is that it validates the block, and inside that block has multiple transaction, and so it creates a block and it chains it to the other one. So because the other one was validated and this one is validated, so everything is validated. So there's a chain of calculation that's going on and that is not interrupted. So this is how, so if you want to change, so you can't corrupt, because you'll have to change the whole thing, and it's impossible.
And that's all mathematical.
It's just mathematical calculation. It's just basically impossible, because the calculation that's happening on these networks is so enormous, and there's mining farms that are the size of 10 times the size of this, 20 times underground, and it's around the world, and so there's not really a way to really corrupt that. You can be malicious in many ways, but to corrupt the system in that way, it's not possible. This is why it's very powerful, because it's worldwide, decentralized. Everyone can read every transaction. Yeah. This is what's happening. Everyone can read all the transaction, but you won't have, Dave or whatever. It's gonna be X, Y, the number of the wallet. So this is what makes it different and new, because we haven't had this system here in this world. Everything's been controlled. This is why we live in a controlled world. This is why we get the governments and these things, because all these are closed systems that they get to choose how we interact with them. They have the overarching power of deciding what is what and who is what. And this is a new way of interacting. So just to understand that this is a sovereign place.
It depends. When you see that Elon Musk, by just having one tweet about cryptocurrency, is capable of making the whole market fluctuating by minus 40%.
Yes.
I challenge the fact that it's independent and non-regulated.
I
have the feeling that it could be even more regulated than the financial market by individuals.
I challenge that notion. There have been plenty of times market swings have happened and there was a tweet by Elon Musk in it.
So,
and there's been times where it also moved without his tweets. You know what I mean?
It's a very decentralized system, and it's extremely unregulated, which makes it beautiful in the concept. But I've been investing in crypto for 10 years, and I'm a passive investor, which means that I have my investment, I don't do anything, I'm just watching, and sometimes I jump on the opportunity, I don't tell buy.
So,
because I don't want to be too much involved in that, but I'm very interested by fluctuation of the market. And I'm so amazed how the news, global news and the general news that are controlled by the same system that we're trying to fight have impacts on the cryptocurrency markets, They have much more impact.
My view on this is, I don't watch the news, I don't watch Elon Musk, I don't care about him, I don't care about none of these people. What I do is I actually partake in the system, and I make my own rules. So that what happens there, I don't really care, because I'm actually using the system as a system, a sovereign system. But if you're looking at these people and you're waiting on these people and you're actually looking for the information of, oh, he did this and he did that, yes, don't use Dogecoin. Don't use the because they are trying to have a certain manipulation, and that's their way of doing it, because they can't control the system. So now they're trying to make a buzz. They're trying to create these type of things to make people scared. So it's a fear-based thing. It's not about the system. It's basically people who buy into the fear of these people talking. So this is why I don't really care about this, because it's greater than that. And while we built a foundation for this is going to be a stable ground, and we're going to be using it, and we're going to be exchanging it, and we're going to we don't care about these actors basically who are trying to get some sort of control on that. And if you do this is the thing, if you do buy into, let's say, Dogecoin, which Elon Musk is involved in, of course you're going to be like in this like control, you're going to be controlled again. So it's very important also that you understand that these are technologies. They're not just crypto, they're not just currencies. They're actually, there's only one kind of currency. It's Bitcoin, because it's the only one that's decentralized, that is not owned by anyone. It is a decentralized currency. So no one can say, oh, Bitcoin, do that, or be in the back of the codes or whatever, because it's all this are protocols also. So this is also a new like terminology. There's the blockchain, there's the currency, Bitcoin, but the currency is actually a protocol. What is a protocol? A protocol is like lines of codes that are dictating how this thing is acting, and this code is sovereign. It's obeyed by the only code. The code, it creates the currency. So, and there's and all the rest, because there's millions, there's thousands, I don't know millions, but there's thousands of currencies out there, what are called cryptocurrencies. But all of these are actually companies. They're actually companies that create their own coin. But now, since this is a new system, this is the new way of actually buying into a company, to buy stocks. Instead of buying stocks and having to go to the stock market that is owned by a certain entity and group that decide what's happening there and give the law and the thing. Now you have people that create their own company, what they do in a sense, and they create a coin, which is a token, which is a participation. It's like buying into the company. So it's not the currency. It's a technology. So most of them are technologies, and they do certain things. So when you say, oh, I got this currency and I got this, no, you're basically, it's like saying, I got some Apple and I got some Windows, I got Nike, I got this. This is what's happening. But since they're now exchangeable in the system very easily, like money, it becomes a means of exchange. So this is also, you know, the game here. So it's very important to, if you want to invest in cryptocurrency, know that these are not just money. This is actually businesses that have created a business mainly around crypto, and mainly around improving the system, improving the network. So the big ones out there, it's Ethereum and Bitcoin, and there's more, but these were the first, and these are like the biggest. Let's take them as example.
Ethereum and Bitcoin.
Ethereum and Bitcoin. Yes, but this is so Ethereum. So am I is it okay? I know it's a lot of information, but this is just a very like understanding the basic level of what we're gonna work with, and why are we in there? You know, why are we using crypto? Not because the name is fun, but just to be empowered. So if you have any questions about what I just said before I go into like Ethereum, and what are these two entities that are.
Okay, I have a question. It's around that businesses. So you say you're investing, or kind of you're investing in a value in this
Yes.
business. So it's only businesses. It's
No, that's the thing. It's like it is businesses, it's companies in a sense, but sometimes people like us, let's say we create a coin, but what does that coin do? That's the thing also. Most of these businesses and these coins, it's a group of people that actually create a coin, but they're also creating a system that is improving the whole function of all this. So they're creating different chains. They're creating different avenues where we can actually, right now this is, let's say, we can put it like this. When internet, if we were in like 1988 or 1990,
Yeah.
you would invest in the underlying technology of internet. So it's powerful. We're not there yet. We're not even using internet yet. We're starting to use the internet in a sense, blockchain.
so
It's
it's
just some businesses are investing in the creation of
so
cryptocurrencies,
like
and
business.
some
And
businesses.
crypto is a business.
No, it's not a
Cryptocurrency.
business. It's just every group of individuals or company, corporation, association can decide if they have the technological know-how to
Yes.
create a cryptocurrency. It's difficult. Not everybody is going to create a new cryptocurrency, right?
Okay,
But a group of
okay.
people can say, we're going to create a cryptocurrency for the good.